Close, 2022 Belgian film from director Lucas Dont, starring Eden Dambrin, was nominated for an Oscar for Best International in the Best International Feature category. I remember seeing it play in Polish theaters and considering going to see it at the time, but in the end something got in the way and I skipped it, which I have to say, having watched it now, I regret, because not only was it an incredibly moving experience and a great film, it would have been even better to see it on the big screen because it's quite pretty. The movie follows Leo, a 13-year-old boy who at the beginning of the film spends most of his time at school and outside of it with his best friend Rémi. The two of them are very, very close. They play together, eat together, they even sleep at each other's houses routinely, and their behavior towards one another is also very kind and tender. They hug, they cuddle, they touch. They are, exactly as the title suggests, close in every sense of the word. And despite some of their classmates laughing about them being gay, there's nothing sexual going on. It's just a friendship. So the first 15 minutes or so made me think this was going to be a mellow slice of life film about the beauty of childhood friendships, but then something happens. The boys begin drifting apart and spending time separately. There's a rift, and seemingly it comes out of nowhere, out of nothing specific or serious. And I thought, okay, so the movie pivots. It's actually going to be about the transient, impermanent nature of childhood friendships and the way they fade away in time, and something I immediately related to, because I've had those experiences as a child myself. I had friends with whom I gradually lost connection for no apparent or grand reason. And then the movie changes again for the final time when tragedy strikes, and it becomes about the sudden unexplainable void, about loss and grief, and someone in their teenage years, someone unequipped to deal with such a tragedy, trying to find an explanation and find answers, and dealing with massive, even though probably undeserved, guilt. What's remarkable is that each of those sections, each of those distinct chapters of the film work very well, and they fit together very well without any jarring sensation. What's more is the movie manages this rare feeling of feeling like an incredibly mature adult piece, even though it is about a kid and told from the perspective of a kid. Part of the movie's success in this regard is, I think, in the writing, but a larger part is in the central performance. Eden Dambrin is just mesmerizing as Leo. It's so rare to see such a layered, mature performance from an adult actor, and from a child, it's a miracle. The way his face and his eyes tell you so much about what's going on underneath in his head, without the need for words and explanations. It's just nothing short of amazing. Great stuff right there. I also want to highlight the cinematography, and then the general feel of the movie, because it often feels like it's coming out of the screen at you. It's like a world that invites you in and swallows you whole. The colors are vibrant. I love the camera movements and the framing choices that put you right there with the character and his state of mind. Overall, great film through and through. It's quiet and melancholic and heartbreaking in a lot of ways, but somehow it also feels cathartic in the end. And most importantly, it feels very, very real.